you want to learn how to do, man, don't try to figure it out on your own. Don't spend, 5 years learning this. Go learn it fast so that you can apply it. And check out this interview with Noel and Tim. So, hey, Noel, how's it going?
Good. Thanks, Scott.
And Tim, how's it going, brother?
Fantastic. Thanks.
So I'm going to chat with Noel first, and then I'm going to chat with Tim. So Noel, tell me, what were you doing before you got into the mortgage business?
Before I got into the mortgage industry, I was a EMT and EMS, and I also taught in EMS and was in it for just over 5 years.
Okay, cool. That's kind of my background is very similar. So I started in emergency services, and you look pretty young. So what people would say to me, like, are you old enough to do this? Like, does your mom know you're doing this? And they gave me a hard time, but now I've gotten a lot older and nobody says that anymore. And I don't get ID'd anymore. Okay. So 3 years in the business. And so when did you take the course? So you took this commercial finance course. When did you take it?
I took the finance course over Easter break 2017.
Okay. And what made you decide to take it? Because obviously sometimes you see these things and you're like, should I do it? Like, what was the thing that made you decide you wanted to do it?
So I felt like I was getting a lot of self-employed and business owners coming to me, asking financing questions and commercial stuff. And as well, being an EMS, and there was a lot of contractors in that as well. And so those were a lot of the contacts that I had coming into the mortgage industry. And I just felt like I couldn't service those clients. And I couldn't find, I guess, somebody to service them for me. So I thought, maybe I just take the course and take it on myself and learn how to do it so I can take care of those people.
Okay. And then, so what did you think of it because you went away for it was a 2-day thing. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a 2-day thing. So I flew out from Edmonton and went and did the course in Surrey and then flew home. And I thought it was really great. It introduced me to the whole world of all the lingo of commercial financing, really how they look at the files, all of the jargon that, people would want to know. And I think it also gave me, I guess, the realization that the banks want to work with you. So I didn't really go and approach any banks to ask them, how do I do commercial financing or anything like that when I started. But taking Sua's course, all of the documents are there, all of the information was there, and it really gave me the confidence and the ability to really dive into that area of lending.
So you took the program, then how long did it take you to start working on your first commercial file?
I guess I took the program because there was a client that had come to me. They were looking at doing a $5 million build construction in Kelowna, and I didn't really know how to do it. I had already done all their personal mortgages, and so that was actually one of the pushes to sign up for this course was, I have this file, and if I take the course and I figure out how to do it, I can do this file. So I had it even before going into the course, and then we actually funded 6 months after taking the course.
Right. Okay. So, and that's in my market, which is okay. You did a mortgage in my community. It's totally fine. There's lots of, so you did this one mortgage. And then, so what something that was surprising to you about that you learned from commercial that was different than residential?
I guess it was just really that the banks, like on the commercial side, banks are your friends. I'm not competing against any banks because I'm shopping all of them for the client. And I got to realize that each bank addresses certain things very differently. And so their pricing is very different. And so I realized that I can actually save the client a lot of money just by shopping and doing all the shopping around for them. And I can set them up for success. You almost become a bit of a business coach as well. So the first one that I did, they just had a Yellow Pages listing when I first started working with them. So I actually sent them to get branding done. We branded the project. We did everything like that. And it was actually a lot easier than to call, and ask for $4.2 million and get them funded. So right. It was surprising to just really get to be involved with business owners in an entirety and see the project from start to finish. So there was a very steep learning curve, especially in the first one in doing a construction one. But yeah, there was a lot to learn.
And so what was the ROI like for you on from that first deal?
It sounds crazy and out there, but it's 600%.
So from the cost of the program and what you made in that first file was 600%. Did you ever think when you're an EMT, because I know I was in the same industry and the pay is not super high. Do you ever imagine you'd make that much money on one file?
No, I never would have imagined that I would have made like over half of my year's wages as an EMT in 6 months. Like, and really like a couple months of hard work on that file. So I know I never would have imagined that.
And so what do you have right now in terms of your pipeline of commercial stuff that you're working on? Because you've been able to spin that, or not spin that, but able to leverage that into new files, right?
Yes. So there's a few contractors that I'm working with that we're looking at seeing what they can do for development properties. And then as well, some really cool small business things that are happening. So I'm helping one business owner actually expand now into multiple locations for his business, his retail business. So we're working on that. And then as well, some really cool event space coming to Edmonton. So music events, wedding space, and just working with some really passionate owners in that as well.
That's cool. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to come back and ask you a couple other questions. I want to